Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, post-market wrap-up on this lovely Monday. It was lovely for many reasons. We're going to cover that seriously. September 21st, 2020. Let's start off with the markets. Let's start off with the Dow Jones Industrial Average because everybody loves the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Just 30 companies, 30. Yeah, keep that in mind. Okay. The low of the day for the Dow Jones Industrial Average was about down 942. We just about cut those losses in half. Dow Jones Industrial Average finished down about 510. Okay, so freaking what? Really, so freaking what? What are we really concerned about, people? Well, you know if you follow this blog. How about the 10-year yield? Yes, we saw a pretty profound move. We went from a 0.70 down to a 0.75 up to a 0.67. So some relief there. The dollar, knee-jerk into the dollar, which punished silver, which fell like 9%. Gold got hit. Cryptocurrencies got hit. Crude oil fell pretty substantially as well, almost 4%. But with regard to the market, and I'm going to talk about a bunch of things with you. What happened today? Did anything major happen today? Did we sell off 2,000 points? Did we watch the 10-year yield crater? No. So I don't see anything here. I saw a pretty substantial rebound towards the end of the day. A lot of buying here. All right. In the grand scheme of things, we had a sell-off today. Guess what? Stocks don't always go straight up. You cannot allow yourself to get rattled here. Okay? If you are one of my lions, you know for a fact that I did not get rattled today. I did nothing with my positions. I'm still holding on to these things, and they're all on the long end of this market. And I have an almost obscene amount of cash at risk here in this market. If it goes the right way, which I think it will, I'm going to make an obscene amount of money. If it goes the wrong way, well, quite the opposite. But again, we're looking at the debt market. We're understanding the current environment, which is corrupt. We're going to talk more about corruption. I mean, we have never before, ever, in the history of this country, seen more corruption at every level of government with regard to their relationships with the Wall Street banks, the central banks, foreign entities. I mean, this is out of control. And our country is there's nothing left of it here. It's a shadow of what it once was. And we have a very rapid move to a new government system. And by any account that you want to look at, the merger between these corporations and this new government is defined as fascism. We've gone way beyond socialism. It's not even there. So we're going to talk more about that. All right. So anyway, what I would like to do here, people, again, big day. I want to give you a blow-by-blow of things that occurred and translate them. I love to translate these things a little bit. So let's do that. Let me open up a window here real quick, and let us talk here. We're gonna have all kinds of fun. You know we are. We always do. Okay. Okay, here we go, people. So we understand. It appears, and this is pretty epic, that several $trillion, trillion with a T, has been misappropriated by some of the world's largest financial institutions, banks. Now, if you follow my blog, you've heard me tell you that this is a criminal cartel, and every single one of us has a boot on our neck, our throat, with regard to the power that these institutions exert on every single one of us. How many of you believe that trillions of dollars can be misappropriated by world mega banks without two things happening? Number one, the central bank, in this case, the Federal Reserve, knowing about it. Number two, the highest levels of government. How can they be so blind or dumb or ignorant that they would not know this is going on? Obviously, this misappropriation of trillions of dollars is going on with the knowledge from the White House on down, okay? Mostly the higher upper echelon of government and, of course, the Federal Reserve. This is all in an effort to bring about a new system, a new government, a new world order. All right, so let's talk more about that here. So again, I want you to think about that. Are you so naive as to believe that trillions of dollars can be misappropriated without the knowledge, direct knowledge of the government at its highest level, or at the level of the central bank? Central banks, government, well, they're one and the same, but the central banks run the entire show. You understand? Let's move forward here. So at the top of the list, I'm going to read the headline. Deutsche Bank tops the list of suspicious transactions among these trillions of misappropriated funds. Okay. I would love to see your shocked face here. Secret documents show that North Korea launders money through U.S. banks. You remember the love affair between Kim Jong, fat boy, and President Trump? They're in love. They're in love. Yeah. President Trump didn't know about that. Of course you know he didn't. Anyway, let's move forward here. I said this would happen earlier and happened all day. This is me. Look for distractions and misinformation. Expect major damage control, pushing people's attention away from the banking, government corruption, and onto something else. Blame shifting. Well, that's what we saw all day. Blame shifting to the virus. The market sell-off today, 510 points with regard to the Dow, is virus related. It's the virus. I want you to keep that in mind for a moment, because we heard from Larry Kudlow. Let me see this. So Larry Kudlow came out. I want to find this. I don't want to change the words around. I want this to be exact. Okay. So Larry Kudlow came out today. Again, the shifting blame. I want you to keep that in mind. Larry Kudlow claimed today the U.S. has regained control of the virus. Well then, why is it, you tell me because I'm not so bright, that the mainstream media financial channels are blaming the sell-off on the virus that Larry just said we got to hold on it now, maybe distract us from what's actually going on? People, we're done. We're absolutely done. I want you to understand that. And I'm going to prove to you how more done we are as, again, we move forward. So I told you about fat boy Kim from North Korea, and they're laundering money through U.S. banks. Really? You trying to tell me that our government is so stupid that they had no idea that this was going on? They're probably helping to facilitate it. I want you to understand the corruption is off the Richter scale. Incredible. Absolutely freaking incredible. Do you believe, any one of you that here, I'm going to read this. Do you believe President Trump is going to speak out and draw attention to any of this about the major banks moving trillions of dollars illegally? Will he call for inquiries to be made, or will the president remain radio silent? He can't say a word, because I'd be willing to bet, and there's no way you can convince me that the White House did not know that there's money laundering going on with regard to North Korea, or trillions of dollars are being misappropriated here. There's no way, because the president can't be that dumb. It's impossible. It can't happen. Let's see. So the Federal Reserve is hiring BlackRock to help calm the markets. Oh yeah, because it has a very large exchange-traded fund business. And guess what? The banks are buying exchange-traded funds along with the Federal Reserve. Can I see your shocked face? Shock! Oh my, you mean the market is rigged? Now let me ask you this real quick. So we understand that we're in a virtual economic lockdown here. So here's my question to you. Question: If masks, the New World Order symbol, and social distancing work so well, why is the global economy remaining in a lockdown mode? People, I hope you're understanding that this is not the virus, why we're being locked down here. And factually, this is a culling on an epic scale of the middle class and U.S. small businesses, because the corporate merger between these corporations and this new American government must be fulfilled, okay, to solidify this new fascist government that we have. And it will not change. Even if President Trump loses the election, it will not change. I just want you to understand that, okay? We lose. Let's move forward. Now, apparently, I don't know how many of you are even aware of this, but President Trump was proposing a refinery bailout. Yeah, I talked about this a while back. A big oil bailout. Now, this is receiving a big thumbs down, a bipartisan big thumbs down. I personally do not believe that big oil should get a bailout. I'm all about a free market. I don't think the airlines should be getting another bailout, for which they're asking for that again today, saying they're going to be laying off thousands of people if they don't get this second bailout, for which, again, we're not hearing even a syllable regarding these airlines selling those shares that they've been buying back. I told you, American Airlines alone, $12 billion in stock buybacks, over the past several years. United was like $10 billion and Delta $11 billion. How about we sell those shares first? No. President Trump would never ask them to do that because it would hurt their share price. And if that does, it would hurt the bonuses of the executives. Will not be allowed to happen. You know that. Let's move forward here. It's just lovely. Oh, how about this one? We heard from the Federal Reserve today, and there's Yellowstone talking more about powerful tools and powerful things. Here we go. Powell calling this his new rate roadmap. A new rate roadmap? You got to be high on some hardcore drugs here, okay? There's nothing new. The Federal Reserve is going to be suppressing rates from here to eternity, okay? So this new rate roadmap, he's calling it very powerful. Very powerful, my ass. Can I say that? I think I can. All right, let's move forward here. Okay, so here we go, going back to the freaking vaccine. So Trump's coronavirus vaccine czar, the same guy who managed, and this has been proven, look it up for yourself, this guy is not the most truthful person in the world. Of course, he would be chosen by this administration. He's also chosen some lab rats. This is what he said. Trump's coronavirus vaccine czar says the U.S. could immunize the most susceptible here in the United States by December. So if you're susceptible, you're going to get your injection first, and I'm going to watch what happens to you. Yeah, more than likely, it's this freaking Frankenstein vaccine they're trying to shove down people's throats. And again here, this is market watch. The Fed is buying exchange-traded funds. Well, they got BlackRock to help them do that too, and the Wall Street banks. Duh. Oh, but the market's not rigged. No. How about this one? American citizens' mortgage debt is hitting critical levels as tens of millions remain jobless. To me, this is a recipe for disaster. How about you? Can't make this stuff up, people. You cannot make it up if you try to. We are in a really freaking twilight zone. Okay, this market's been very volatile, very crazy this month. No surprise to one of you that follow this blog. I told you this would happen last month. So again, you're sitting pretty because you knew what I had said this. Again, massive effort to blame the virus for today's stock market sell-off. This sell-off is 100% being caused by corruption within the banks and the government, which are in bed together. Trillions in illegal transactions occur without direct knowledge from the highest levels of government. You believe that, really? Duh, and a freaking double duh. It's freaking nuts. You can't make this stuff up. It's so sick and twisted. And here's Reuters saying that the banks are in damage control. They're trying to contain the damage. Well, how many of you believe that one executive will get in trouble after the misappropriation of trillions of dollars? I don't believe one. Not one. It's very, very sick. Wall Street banks also buying treasuries, helping to fund the government borrowing spree. Does this sound like America to you? Let's talk more about being un-American here. Now, I want you to listen to this. So we understand this whole deal between TikTok getting bought out by Oracle and Walmart. Oracle, their CEO, Larry Ellison, is a very good friend of President Trump and a large donor. The CEO of Walmart, same thing. So you really think this is about China and this is a security issue with the app? Or do you think maybe it's a little deeper? Because President Trump was out again saying, here, this is the quote, Oracle and Walmart must have control over TikTok. Now I said this, let's be honest. You might want to sit down for this. Take a deep breath. Let's be honest. If Trump were not out to help his friends like Larry Ellison, who's the co-founder of Oracle, and Walmart CEO Doug McMillon, both large donors to the Trump administration, President Trump would not know the difference between TikTok and a big clock. You got my drift on that? I think you do. This is, again, more corruption at the highest level of government. I also want to know this. So Walmart. Walk through any Walmart and turn over their products. You're going to see made in China, made in China, made in China. Like 90+% of the shelves in Walmart are stocked with stuff made in China. So explain to me how Walmart now going to, of course, increase their profit margins by billions, tens of billions with regard to TikTok. How is this making America great again? Making China great because they get to sell more of their products here in America. Yeah, I hope you are seeing the bigger picture here. I really do. Here's Market Watch. Walmart and TikTok have nothing in common. That's great news for Walmart. Thank you, President Trump. We're making America great again. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let me minimize this. So anyway, look, people, I covered a lot of things here in this video. And if you got butthurt, if you think that, President Trump walks on water, you sincerely have an issue and you have your faith in the wrong place. We've never seen corruption like this before. Will never change. Not under a Biden presidency either. So just understand that. But this is in our face. And we're being laughed at as a people. You understand? We're being laughed at as a people. Because, see, some believe that we're not smart enough to know what's really behind certain things here. We're not smart enough to realize that there will be radio silence from this government and the Federal Reserve regarding the trillions of dollars that have been misappropriated by the mega banks. Radio silence on, how President Trump's friends are benefiting from this TikTok deal and how we're helping China. Because that's exactly what we're doing with regard to Walmart. But we're doing great here in America. Ask Larry Kudlow, he'll tell you. Meanwhile, the truth of the matter is we are in an economic collapse. Now, it's worse than that. We're watching a murder of the American middle class and a merger of corporate entities and a new government. That's what we have here. The old world America, dead and buried. You look around yourself. You're in a completely different place. And I hope you're understanding what's going on around you. I really, really do. Because a whole new set of rules are coming. And if you think I'm joking, you have no idea how deadly serious I am. A new financial system is coming along with a new set of rules. And just like billionaire Ray Dalio said, we have a crisis of capitalism here. We have a crisis much bigger than a crisis of capitalism coming. And a lot of people are going to be taken by surprise. But again, all they got to do is just look around. Look around at what's going on. Keep politics out of this and understand what you're seeing. And maybe you'll understand because you cannot stop it. All right, I'm out of here. Love you a lot. Please share the video. See you later.